Hello again, and welcome back to my channel. This is Shakira Ruth, owner and founder of Follow the Calling LLC, which was created to encourage a relationship with Jesus Christ. Welcome back for everyone who is returning, and for anyone who is new. Hello, and glad that you are here. Today, what I want to stop by and talk to you guys about is the power of prayer. Prayer is just so important. It's so powerful. I think sometimes it's like spoken of so much till, people who aren't really deep into having a prayer life can just, brush it off like, oh, okay, pray about it, but I'm here to tell you that it is very much so a powerful tool for us to use in this world that we live in. Anyway, so yeah, just want to share a little bit about prayer. I just want to start off with a Bible verse that relates to the topic of prayer. So it is Philippians 4, starting with verse 6. It says, "Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. And the peace of God, which passes all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus." So powerful, those Bible verses. And it's just basically saying that be careful for nothing, meaning don't worry about anything. Don't stress over anything. But in all things, anything that you could possibly be stressed about or worried about, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, meaning through prayer, through your communication with God, make your requests be known unto God. Let him know what it is that's concerning you, what it is that's bothering you, that's worrying you, whatever it is that you need from him. And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, God's peace, God's reassurance, which surpasses anything that we can think of and try to logically rationalize figuring it out. God can handle all of that, and that will give us peace of mind. It will guide our hearts and our minds. It should be soothing to us. So that is powerful, because these days we got so much going on in life. Like, it is very easy to just, give up, stress out, lose it. And unfortunately, we have a lot of people who do just end up losing it because just everything is just so much, too much for them to bear. And it's so sad that, these people just were not able to find the peace of God, to be able to just trust in him and just give him the cares and just be done with it, not worry about it anymore. A lot of people they weren't able to do that. And some of them lose their lives. Some of them do things, end up in prison, the list goes on. So for us that are believers, that are leaning on prayer and still maintaining a strength in our mindsets, we have to pray for those other people as well when we pray for ourselves and the things that we want from God. So in that, I wanted to share a testimony of a one pivotal time in my life where I really and truly believed in prayer. Because, most of us, whether you're a believer or not, you have heard of the term, the word prayer, right? And, even for believers, sometimes it could be hard to really connect with it. Like, okay, I got this huge problem going on. I'm feeling this way right now. You mean to tell me if I just pray, if I just get on my knees, I do my hands like this, I speak to God, like that's really going to fix something? It's hard for some people to believe that. But I have a testimony where this is the absolute truth, is not a lie. And if this in some way can reassure you of how important prayer is and how powerful it is, that's why I'm sharing it, because I want someone to see this and get it and try it, themselves. So, of course, I'm married now. This is actually my second marriage, but we are going on 6 years next month. So, to God be the glory. We made it this far, but of course, I had a life before this marriage, and it was not always pretty. I had a few long-term relationships. I had some short-term, should have never gave you my number relationships, and I'm sure we all can relate to that. But in that, of course, I am just like a very emotional person anyway. So imagine, being in relationships that are just not right. They were not of God. They were not ordained by God. We're living in sin, just going through it. So one particular relationship, and I can't remember exactly what went down. I'm pretty sure, 100% sure that some cheating went on. But I just remember being so crushed. I was just so, like, I don't know, like the pain inside. Anybody ever experienced a heartbreak before? I'm sure somebody can relate to that. I was just so heartbroken till, I was just crying. And I remember getting in the shower, and that's kind of like my release place. Like the shower is my place where I go and I connect with God, a lot. I could be praying for someone else. Like, it's sometimes the only quiet time where I'm awake, and I just, that's just my special place with God. So anyway, I'm in the shower and I'm just crying out to him. And just, the tears wouldn't stop flowing. It just felt like the heartbreak that I was experiencing was never going to end. Like, oh my gosh, why does this hurt so bad? Why won't it stop hurting? Why can't I stop crying? Like, why can't I just, push this to the side, move on with my life, and just, be team no feelings? But it just was not happening right then. So I cried and I asked God, like, Lord, please help me. Please remove these feelings. Please give me some peace. Please just take this pain away from me. I was so sincere. And, I prayed to God. I wasn't even really walking the Christian path like I should have, but I knew the Lord and I knew to pray. So it's like my back was against the wall then. And I'm like, okay, it's not going away. Like, I need you, God, please. So I cried, asked him, to help me to take the pain away. And within a few minutes, all of a sudden, it just felt like this calmness, like this peace just came over me, and it just stopped. And I knew that was God. Because when you're, just crying and... Hey guys, I know you're enjoying this video, but I just had to interrupt you really, really quickly to let you know about this free prayer guide that I created just for you. It's called the Healing and Strength Prayer Guide. Click the link below and it is all yours just within a few minutes. The prayer guide includes 6 principal prayers, a bonus principle that you can use to customize, and it is all for you for free. Again, click the link below and it's all yours in the next few minutes. And let's get back to the video. It's like, that you can't control it yourself, and then just all of a sudden, it just stops. You're calm. You're at peace. I went to bed. I slept peacefully. That is when I knew the power of prayer and the power of God. I knew that, man, there is a God. There is a God that listens to you, that cares for you. God could have just been like, nope, go on ahead and keep crying. You shouldn't have been dealing with this person anyway. You shouldn't have been in sin with this person, and you just going to suffer the consequences. Just keep on crying till no more tears come out. That's the loving God that we have, that even in our sin, even in our sin, he still loves us so much that he will still have mercy on us, and he'll still take care of us. He'll still do for us. And that is what happened to me on that night. God saved me. It was almost like he just cradled me. Like I felt like, he just looked at me like a little baby and just, just held me and, just took the pain away. And I know it may sound, to some people like, okay, your heart was broken. Like we all have had a broken heart, but it's deeper than that. What I want to highlight is just the act of, there was the pain and the hurt that I was feeling. There was me not being able to do anything about it. It was just uncontrollably just going on and on. There was the act of me making a decision to speak to God, to pray to him, and to ask him, make my request known to him. God, please release this pain from me. And then there was God doing it instantly, just taking it away, giving me calmness, giving me peace. And that is something that I will never forget. From that moment on, I knew that God was real. I knew that God can do things whenever he wants to, however he wants to, as he can do it quickly at that. And I just want to share with you that it doesn't matter the situation. Nothing is too hard for God. Nothing is too big for him, or nothing is too small for him. Just reach out to him. Utilize the tools that he's given us, which is the instruction in the Bible, which there's many, many more Bible verses that talk about how important prayer is and what prayer can do. And the one that I just gave you, that says it all right there too. Philippians 4:6-7. Study that, meditate on that, and keep that in mind, not just for a situation like mine where going through something in a relationship, but think about some finances, think about some health issues. The doctor said that this was going to be the case. There's no way I can make it out of this. Something's going on with my kids. I know I have myself in check, but my child is just all over the place. They won't listen. Their mind is just going, man, prayer covers all of that. Everything, if it's within God's will for your life, he can do it. It's just up to us to actually take the time to acknowledge him, to give those things to him, package them up and give it to him, and watch what he does for you, because he can do it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I really pray that someone just listens to this, listen to my story, and just takes that in and just never forget the power of prayer and the power of God through any situation. I'm no different. I'm no more special than anybody else. And especially back then, I wasn't even living for God, and he still did it for me. So if he can do it for me, he can do it for you, and he can do it for anybody else. So until next time, please, if you found this video interesting or relatable, leave a comment. If you want to share some similar experiences, feel free to do that. Like the video, subscribe to the channel so that you can see more as I share my experiences and continue to encourage a relationship with Jesus Christ. So until next time, bye.